Right, I believe this is the turn I'm going to be declaring war. It's not definite, but it's pretty likely. They're splitting up ships there, which doesn't help me catch them all. To be honest, I'm not completely ready at all. I am going to lose ships here and star bases and maybe shipyards that I wouldn't have lost if I was completely ready, but I think it's the right time to declare war. There's not much point in delaying things. Now, I was actually planning on doing a big trade deal with the Snathi before I kick off the war, but I think it's it's too dodgy to do that, really. I mean, I could rob him of pretty much everything he has, pretty much, and then basically declare war, and he'd get nothing for it, in theory, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I've just got to decide now, how do I go about declaring war in this situation really here. So I think I'm going to start to position my fleets next to their ships and try and kill as many as I can this turn, and see if I have any weak spots. I also have to make some freighters, which I haven't done yet, which maybe I should have done. So I'm going to be losing about 300 extra per turn, which definitely isn't going to be good. So I got to do something about that. So yeah, I got to make freighters up here and trade with Iconians probably. Right, so I'm going to take a minute to do my colonies and position my ships, and then we'll start this war. This turn I'm able to trade with the Iconians again, so I'm going to do a free trade agreement, and also I'm going to take advantage of the fact that they want me to declare war on the Snathi. They'll actually pay me a bit for that. So in return I get some money, some extra logistics, and biological warfare, which will help with invasions in theory. I could be trading tons more than I am actually, but yeah, it's so easy to take advantage of the AIs. I'm just not doing so much as I could do. As long as my economy stays afloat, I'm not going to take too much advantage of things probably. So yeah, that's the deal I'm going to do with the Iconians, and we should immediately be now at war with the Snathi. Okay, so yeah, we are now at war with them. Relations are good with the other majors. In 9 turns time, I've got to renew that, and I'll also get an alliance with them at the same time. That's probably what I'll do. I'm about 3 turns away from getting that technology. So this turn, right, my trade is, oh crap, minus 815 now with my trade being removed, so that's about what, 4 turns worth before I go broke, unless I do something about that. So I've got to make some freighters definitely very soon. I probably need to trade with the miners for money. Definitely need to, really. Right, let's start killing some of these, well, the Snathi. I don't know where their invasion fleet is. I didn't actually check them, but I think they probably got about 5 invasion transports. Snathi Prime is where you'd probably expect them to be, but they're not there. I can't see them anywhere, so I'm really hoping that they don't turn out of the fog somewhere and invade a planet, but it's possible. Right, let's start killing some Snathi ships then. So 61 logistics now we've got. My frame rate died for a second then. Let's quick battle. Right. And move towards the next nearest Snathi, which I believe is over there. Is that a movement? Oh, it is, okay. What next? There is a lone ship here, so I'm going to attack that with this ironclad. Should win that easily enough. Will receive some damage though. So how much is question? About 40 hit points. There's another one right there, so I'm going to move that ironclad over. I think the Altarians probably colonized, yeah they did, so I might as well take that colony ship off now and put it somewhere else. There's another Snathi ship there, so let's wipe that out. So I think that's dealt with all the stragglers in my territory down here, but there's tons of ships over here. I'm definitely gonna lose something to them, but yeah, it's not a big issue really. So this fleet, there's a precursor anomaly I want to grab. I think I want to protect my colonies up here probably with the fleet, so I'm gonna bring that up here, is it? Okay, so how much movement? 3. That Curus, I might as well bring towards it. Okay, so what next? Is that out of movement? Yeah, I need to bring that over to there. I've got that fleet there, let's attack it here. So I'll just do a quick battle, not expecting to lose anything there. Right, that one as well. What's in this fleet? Oh, let's see a bow. It's probably about the biggest combat we're going to get this turn. So that is the Pauldron. Now these are all capitals. They're all attacking the Pauldron. And yeah, I think we've got enough defense to cope with that. I assume they're all attacking. Anyway, they might have attacked an assault fighter en route. 14 damage. Yeah, they are going to be in a lot of trouble, the Snathi, unless they can group up their fleets. Well, let's be honest, they don't stand a chance now against ships like that. The AI is not going to be able to design better or something to cope with them. Right, so how much movement has that got? 10? Let's move there. 4 movement, quick battle. So I'm going to lose that starbase, pretty much definitely. They got quite a few ships over there. I should really be trying to protect my shipyards. So I've got 3 movements. 1, 2, 3. This one's got 10 movement. I'm gonna make sure that nothing's in range to take up my transports or my censorship. That's gonna be very important. Let's quick battle that. Okay, these do actually have half decent movement, so it's going to be interesting to see how the AI uses its movement in some circumstances. Right, they're actually out of movement. I think they had 1 movement left, didn't they? Or some of them had 2. Right, so that's smoothed. That spear, what else have I got? I got a small fleet around here. That's a big fleet. Let's movement. Let's move that first. Quick battle. There's a scout there. Movements. I think I'm just gonna bring this up over there, grab the anomalies if I can. Try and keep away from the Snathi fleets. So how much production have I got on that? 458, so I don't really want to lose that. That one, 1,000 odd. I think I'm probably going to lose that shipyard, and I want to protect that shipyard. That's a pauldron and ironclad, and I believe that's another ironclad. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. group up. There. Oh, there's only 2 movement. Which one had the least? Let's move that onto the shipyard. That fleet should be enough to wipe out the odd ship or 2. So this has got 11 movement. Okay. Seven. Let's see how it does against that. Okay, so the Ironclad's going to do all the damage. Looks like they actually got some shots off on that first before re-targeting the Pauldron. I only put 3 Graviton drivers on the Pauldron, but it's got an extra bonuses, and if I have command ships in the fleet, that will get even greater. I put weapons on these so that they could defend themselves if somehow they got on their own into combat, basically without a fleet assisting them. Yeah, that was very easy actually. So I need to bring it back to that shipyard preferably. 6, 1, 2. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to bring that there then. Okay. What's left? Transports. There's a ship graveyard there. Okay, it's a defender. Let's. Ooh, there's an artifact there. I think I'm gonna bring that to that shipyard. I might have to defend that as well in a minute. Since this is over here, let's bring it back. Oh shit, I was 1 short, was I? Probably gonna lose that. Sensor come back to... Let's pick up a capsule. Space junk over there. Oh, it's actually a movement. Another capsule. Right, is that movement? I think I've done all of the combat now, so I'm going to finish up my movement. There's actually an ironclad there, so you know what, I'm gonna destroy that. Cabal. Then I'll probably fleet up that one. I finished the movement for the turn. I've actually done a trade deal with a miner, so I picked up Prometheus Stone for some extra movement, and I've got a ton of cash off them for carriers, hull strengthening, and free trade agreement. So that extra movement will come in handy, and also that money. This turn I've actually got the capital to put a ton of production in here and started on those freighters. Can only get 1 out per turn, but yeah, they'll come out eventually. I could have rejigged a ton of planets round to get them done quicker possibly, but yeah, take a long time. So I'm making a command ship there. I think that's the only ship I'm getting done by the end of this turn. I've got transports there, which should be safe. I'm probably going to lose a shipyard or 2, I'm hoping not, but yeah, I've done all of the movement as I said. Let's end the turn. Right, so what am I going to lose this turn is the question. There's a starbase up here which I'm about to lose. Which, yes, well, 3 Durantian that was given. Couldn't really care less about that. I moved that Intrepid a bit too close to that fleet. I was trying to get it back on that shipyard, so I'm going to lose that sadly. The starbase here, the Dresden starbase, I'm going to lose. All of this stuff is minor, very minor, so I couldn't really care less if I lose that. I'm going to lose a scout here. As long as I'm not losing big fleets or planets. Right, Juma I've lost, that shipyard. I'm not sure how much accrued manufacturing was in that. That might have been the one that didn't have any actually. Yeah, it was shut down, I was moving it into place. That one has What is this? Marzia Starbase. No idea what that is. Right, it's up near Altarians. So I'm losing a lot already this turn. Right, I could have spent another 20 odd turns making fleets, putting them into place so I wouldn't lose anything, but yeah, I don't really care about losing certain things. I do care about that one though. So I think that had about 400 production on it. So I'm not sure there's much I could have done to save that this turn. So I've got 1, 2, 3 shipyards in the area. I've started making another one there though. United Planets, by the looks of it. Yeah. So the race with the largest treasury gives 25% of their credits to the remaining members. I've no idea who has the most largest treasury. It could well be me though actually, since I've got about 10k, so I'm gonna say no. And sadly, they all voted yes, and most of them voted yes. Ultimate goal is to conquer the galaxy. When we ultimately consume you, we want you to know that it wasn't personal. I don't think they declared war then, I hope not. No. Not even sure the miners can declare war on you actually. Unless yeah, unless a major possibly got them to declare war on you, perhaps. Right, so all in all, although I lost a lot of star bases and shipyards that turn, that really didn't affect things all that much. So I've got to do my colonies and take out what remains of the Snathi fleet. How are we looking on the military power? Yeah, so they went down significantly. I think we're going to overtake them in not too long a time now. I've finished most of the movement this turn, so I've got combat to do now, and I've also got the odd bit of movement as well, including this freighter, so I have to find a place to stick it basically. I recently redesigned the freighter, so it's got crazy movement. I've used iron drives. I don't really care about maintenance because it's only temporary with that. So I need to find a planet that has good raw production. I believe that's how you get the most money, and of course the distance modifier. Now I'm not going to be able to get very good distance modifier here because my trade world is right next to the Iconians, sadly, so it's possible I might want to replace some of this somewhere else at some point, but for now I'm going to be using this to trade. This world here is particularly good. It's a class 26, huge manufacturing as you can see there. Iconia I definitely want to trade with as well. After that I'm not really sure, so I'm going to bring this to here first of all. I can't remember how much I was getting per trade route with the Snathi. It's probably about 60 odd. So let's trade there. And it's 47. The route length is terrible basically, that's why I'm not getting very good money at all here, but the trade planet incomes, I believe that's pretty good. So yeah, that's how much I get in for that. So I'm not going to get as much money as I did trading with the Snathi. The main reason why I'm doing this is to keep relations high just in case, so I can get an alliance treaty with them. I could arguably trade with the minor races, which would probably be a better idea in terms of gaining money. Right, I've got transport, sensors, I move them later. Let's just get to the combat. There's an Intrepid there, let's pick up that space junk. So I've got a tiny bit of extra money. Now I've really got to be careful with these or I'm going to lose them. There's actually a wormhole there. You know what, I'll bring that down towards the wormhole I think. There's one ship defending on that, which I don't think I'll attack it. Okay, what's left? Transports, sensor, more transports. Right, so I've taken that fleet off that starbase. I've moved other fleets around, so I've got that fleet coming up to get a precursor anomaly, the Curus, which is coming up towards it have also joined it. Those two ships combined, so it's a gunboat going to try and take that out. This fleet is chasing after that. And yeah, let's take out whatever stuff they have over here. So we've got 11 movement left. Let's quick battle that. I think I'm going to have to bring it round there. So 50, too much logistics to combine those. I don't even know what I've got in half of my fleets, to be honest. Let's attack that. Quick battle. Okay. So what's left? 4 movement. I think. Right, I'll come back to that later. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I really want to... I think I get that fleet to attack that and then deal with that. This fleet I probably need to bring back to that shipyard, otherwise I'm in real danger of losing it. There's 48 there. How much movement? 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I can't do that, sadly. There's a command ship there. So let's bring this over to here. How many commands have I got here? 1. I've actually got more commands than I need. That needs a command, so I probably won't stick that in this fleet. That now has 6 movement. Oh, looks like I actually put a fleet here already, did I? Which is news to me. Let's... Right, I've mucked up my movement a tiny bit here then, in other words. Let's bring that to there. That can move into there. Can move there. Can attack that. So I probably could have destroyed that this turn. That, how much movement? 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think, so what is that? That is Ironclad, Pauldron, Ironclad, Command. I think I'll bring that up to there as well. Let's make sure that's safe this turn. How much movement is this? 15. That should be enough to get into there. So that shipyard should be safe. Got the makings of a good fleet there. So we've got 3, 4 fleets in that area now. My movement is basically finished for the turn. My transports are located here now within reach of a couple of the Snathi planets. So it's possible that I might be taking a planet or 2 after Snathi next turn. Kind of depends if I'm able to defend them, if they've got transports coming in, and hopefully if I can wipe out ships nearby, whether or not I take them. What's going on here? Right, looks like the small fleets attack my shipyard over on this side of the map. Hopefully I can wipe one of their ships out. What is this? This is a starbase. Ooh, that gives me a lot of resources actually. So, yeah, not really any in danger of lacking resources. What is that? Looks like they caught a gunboat that I was moving back to Infernum. Which, if I was being careful, I would have looked at my automated movement, but I didn't. They've got a den maker. Where the hell's... Oh, the Altarians had a colony planet that they've just colonized, so it would probably go in there. Okay. So, a bit of damage that turn, but nothing dreadful really. Right, so Juma just made another shipyard. I've finished the colonies for the turn. I've also moved my fleets into the positions where I want to start attacking from. So let's start off with this fleet over here and wipe out... Oh, that's actually a lantern fleet. Has that always been a lantern fleet? I've been chasing that fleet when it's not even Snathi, it would seem. So I'm not going to be attacking those. Where am I going to be going with that fleet instead? They are Snathi up here. So let's move in that general direction. I actually moved that constructor out of the way last turn because of that fleet as well. Right, so that can come up here. Right, that's out of movement. What else is it to do? Couldn't group up this fleet quite enough. Didn't have enough movement to take this on, so I've got one ironclad to take on that crusher ship. But yeah, it's definitely capable of doing that job. It may even regain hit points with the structural enhancement here. Yep, it did in fact. Wow, like freaking 40 odd. Right, so I'll come back to that to finish its movement later. That's a minor race. What else? That fleet is moved up here. I'm going to be getting that next turn. What else am I doing? That's finished movement. So I've got a fleet being formed here, which I need to bring out in a second, and these two fleets have moved a tiny bit. So this one has 11 movement left. Now this is a pretty big fleet. I wouldn't mind seeing that combat. I am absolutely going to wreck that. I'm pretty damn sure of it. Okay. You have to let me know actually, do you want to see combat if I'm going to win definitely and not take any damage, or just want me to get on with it? Shouldn't take any damage here, or actually we might lose an assault or two. Now something I've noticed is they're actually able to shoot my ironclads despite the pauldron being involved in combat. It's because I believe my pauldron ships don't have as good engines, so they're getting, even though the escort ships start further forward than the capital ships, it would seem that the capital ships are moving quick enough for them to be able to attack it before the escort ship. I think that's what might be happening. Right, that's dead anyway, and I've got one fighter down, which I probably need to remember. Let's move up there. What's the logistics here? I think this fleet has 2 command ships already, so I don't want to stick that in it. I could have 3 command ships per fleet, perhaps, but I think I've got a carrier here already, haven't I? So I'm getting, yeah, I'm already getting quite a few assault fighters. Let's attack that. Quick battle. The Snathi are making these ships, at least they have a certain amount of them, these burner ships, which may actually be able to do a bit of damage to me, but they don't really have enough of them. So that's got 7 movement. Let's come up here. 3, 2. Let's take out the shipyard first. Okay. Let's do a quick battle. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to clear off the defences of their planet this turn. Got 1 movement left. Let's wipe that out. Okay, this one has 4 movement. Let's wipe that out. Quick battle. Might as well wipe that out as well. 3, 2, 1. Actually, let's group that fleet here. Now, I don't think any of my shipyards are under threat anymore, so I don't have to protect them. Well, that one could be in theory. So it's got 11 movement. I think I should let's head off towards that planet. How much have I got left? 6. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get that to there this turn. Okay, might be able to move up my transports a tiny bit more though. That ironclad will probably join that fleet. I think I've done pretty much all of the movement. I got a freighter here. I'm gonna send all of the combat. I think I sent that to New Iconia. I'm not sure I've got the range to actually get there this turn. I think it's 1 or 2 spaces short. 654321. Yeah. What's this? Sensor come back to transports. Intrepid. There's a wormhole. It's taking me to there. Now it's out of movement. This one I moved up. There's a ship graveyard. Let's attack that. This is a minor. Oh no, it's not. It's actually Snathi ships. So I have to watch out for them. It's a colony ship, which I'll figure out later. Capsule. I'll just grab that. Hopefully we can get that. Nope. Doesn't look like there's any more anomalies over there, so I'll figure that out later. I've done the ironclads. I think I've done all of the key stuff. I'm going to build some star bases over here, so I've got some constructors being made basically. Movement for the turn is finished. I'm getting another pauldron up here in Juma and also another ironclad, so I'm probably going to make another fleet in this area where this command ship is. I've got various constructors being made and a freighter up here as well. This turn I think I'll go through my colonies as well. It's been a while since I've done that, so this turn coming up. So let's end the turn.